I think it's they themselves who have contributed to diminishing their own influence because they have a paternalistic view of our relations. And you see, whenever we do anything, or whenever we take any initiative, it's always attributed to Russia. If someone speaks, they're said to be influenced by Russia. All that's happening is Russia. Why do they have their eyes closed like that? So the African is not capable of developing anything. Africans aren't capable of inventing, innovating, or taking initiatives. That's what we're fighting against. And as long as they keep seeing Africans this way, as subhuman beings who can't think, who can't innovate, who can invent, we can never be friends. Times have changed. So it's really about the way they see black people. They need to stop that. Because by treating us this way, it's as if they see black people as subhuman. And that's dangerous. They need to change their language. Look at their speeches. Even the French president, always in his speeches, says that young Africans are influenced by Russia. He says it. And Western media, well, if you listen to them often, they spend all their time lying. And look at the AES today, which is a model that's starting to take shape. They can't go from morning to night without talking about Burkina or about the AES. It's impossible for them. And every time they try to send out information to divide, to manipulate the youth. But that doesn't work anymore. I think people are aware. Enough now. People have their eyes open. And all of you, you are victims of these people, of their communication. What they do, what they say about Russia and everything. We know it. Even today, there are young Africans who still have their eyes closed, who believe their lies, the narrative of the Second World War. I was listening the other day. Someone was saying that at the end of the war, in the 10 years that followed, if you asked in Europe who won the war, people would say it was Russia. But today, if you ask in Europe who won the war, they will say it was the Westerners. Through communication, they managed to overturn history. And as for African history, they also schemed everything to spread lies. And as a result, some young Africans don't even know the history of Africa, what Africa has done. Some don't even know that our grandparents fought, were put on the front lines as cannon fodder, and when they returned, they were killed like animals. Do people know that when France tested its first atomic bomb, it was black soldiers they placed nearby in the blast radius to see what effect it would have? Let's bring out the archives. Everything they used against Africa is terrible. So all of this needs to be communicated so that young Africans understand, because there are still many who are asleep and continue to speak on behalf of the imperialists. Maybe they say what they're told to say because they're given something. I don't know. But Africans need to understand their history to wake up. So that's our fight as well.